iBoard Living is a digital rental property management platform that provides an integrated end-to-end solution for renters, property owners, and handymen. iBoard Living is part of the IDEA Incubation Program, co-implemented by PhilDev Foundation and the Department of Trade and Industry. Zay Verunque is the lead founder of iBoard Living. So hello Zay, welcome sa Startup Podcast. We're very happy to have you.
Thank you, Johnny. Hello everyone.
Yeah, so I'm really excited now to learn more about iBoard Living, especially it being in the property management industry. So I hope we can learn more about that. So let's start with ano nga ba ang iBoard Living?
So iBoard Living is primarily rental property management technology siya that we developed, hoping na it becomes more accessible sa mga renters. And we are aiming for a self-service type of technology, providing, like, empowering property owners and business owners, especially on the service industry, so for them to be able to manage their business on their own. At the same time, they're expanding their market with our platform.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting that you're building actually a platform to help make the property business more convenient for everyone. Pero as is with startups, let's start with the problem. So ano nga ba yung problema nitong mga renters and ng mga property owners or renters? Maybe let's start with the renters, for example. Like, I'm not particularly sure kasi, pero pag naghahanap ba ng bahay, mahirap ba? Usually ba mali yung nasa pictures? Mahal ba? Malungkot ba? Hindi ba masaya pag nakuha na yung bahay or something like that? So ano ba yung mga usual problems for renters especially?
Basically kasi yung iBoard is an inspiration. It was a problem that we personally encountered. Siguro konting na lang overview dun sa kasi related yung naging resolution namin. So we came from an island province in Biliran. It's an island province ng Region 8. So we used to be part of Leyte. Tapos so for the entire course ng ng living, we were staying in the province, and then we were uprooted at some point to go to the city, which is Tacloban, para mag-aral. And during the entire process, parang it was so difficult for us makahanap ng boarding house kasi hindi namin alam how to do it. That was like 10 years ago. And then I was hoping na during that entire course, matapos na yung problem of finding an apartment kasi meron na tayong technologies, meron na tayong mga listing platforms. But when I went back to the university to teach again, it was the same struggle na na-encounter ng mga students ko. Kahit meron ng mga listing platforms sa Facebook, for example, hindi totoo yung nakikita nila ng mga photos. Tapos, maganda minsan yung nasa photo, tapos in actual, iba pala yung scenario. Tapos, one of the pain din na na-encounter ng mga estudyante ko, which I also encountered like years ago, was when it comes to payment, it's still cash. Tapos minsan sinasabi ng landlord that they haven't paid yet, when in fact they already paid. So there's no transparency when it comes to the financial part. And then when there's a need for maintenance request, ang hirap habulin ng landlord. So kung ikaw, especially sa ladies na walang alam mag-ayos ng mga tubo, we have to like find people and stop our activity and find people who will help us do this fixing. Walang ilaw, sira yung ilaw, mga ganun. So I was telling myself na like this dilemma is something that is supposed to be simple pero hindi siya nabibigyan ng solution. So when I went to UAE, I saw the difference when renters are facing the same dilemma pero it was so easy for them to solve it. So I was saying na if people are both paying both in UAE tsaka sa Pilipinas, then why Filipinos can't have this kind of comfort that UAE people are experiencing?
Yeah. So, ang ganda nung na-mention mo na na parang triangle siya. May renter, may property owner, tsaka meron din yung handyman nga, yung parang when we need to fix yung mga tubo nga, ganyan, yung mga plumbing, mga ilaw, ganyan, or maybe sa walls, sa furniture. Mm-hmm. Pero ang galing nun that you mentioned na kung gaano kahirap dati maghanap ng bahay. For example, before nung wala pang Facebook, nung wala pang online, hahanap ka sa mga posting lang sa mga poste ng ilaw, poste ng kuryente, or sa mga waiting shed, 'di ba? May mga contact this number ganyan. Doon ka lang hahanap ng ways para makahanap ng bahay. Although nung nagka-Facebook ka, may mga Facebook groups, may mga websites somehow, pero it's true na maybe kalat-kalat pa rin. Hindi pa rin talaga ganoon ka. Kumbaga walang centralized platform and hindi nagiging democratic kasi minsan hindi ganun ka-transparent yung prices. kumbaga, hindi siya market kumbaga So, I think that's what iBoard Living is trying to do, no? Pero punta rin tayo dun sa problem ng mga property owners. So, ano naman yung parang problema ng mga rentees, ng mga may-ari ng mga bahay or nung boarding house? Ano yung problems that they face usually that you found out?
Yun naman, before kasi medyo one-sided lang yung perspective ko kasi more of a renter ako, yung experience ko. So, when parang sabi ko, you see an evil na yung mga property owners, piniperahan lang kami. Pero when I went to Dubai naman, dun ko na parang naging eye-opener siya kasi like 600,000 OFWs na andito. Diba, common sa atin, yung mga na-encounter mo dyan na we all want to go home, na makasama yung family natin, na like we want to be financially stable. Kalimitan na nakakausap ko is we want to be financially stable. Kaya naghahanap kami ng ways para makapag-invest and all. And very common dito yung, di ba, yung mga real estate. Pero it so happened that I observed na yung mga real estate dito na nasa Pilipinas, they will just end up buying these properties tapos ipapamahala sa mga relatives to take care of the property. Tapos when it comes to bayaran na ng renta, parang there's no, asan na yung renta? Parang, wala palang nakarenta. Parang there's no transparency when it comes to running the business. Tapos hindi rin nila kaya masuportahan yung mga tenants nila. So, ang ending is, they will just buy the property and leave it there or until ma-turn over, tapos papatira na lang sa mga friends. Pero they cannot convert that into a proper business where magiging stable siya until that time na umuwi sila. Pwede na maging source of income. Hindi nangyayari yung ganon. Because of that dilemma na time zone, magkaiba, distance, hindi sila basta-basta matatawagan kung may mga maintenance requirement. So I thought of bakit hindi natin to ma-solve na matulungan natin yung mga OFWs to find habang nasa pa sila abroad, ma-convert na nila yung investment into a business. Na until makauwi sila, okay na sila, ready na.
Yeah, it's true no, that you mentioned na usually investment choice nga ang real estate, especially for OFWs. Parang usually bibili ka ng bahay near universities, near the U-Belt, ganyan, or near mga bagong commercial or bagong business districts. Doon ka bibili ng boarding house kasi yun yung parang aabangan natin na baka doon mag-rent yung mga tao. Pero yeah, it's really true no that you mentioned na parang pag malayo ka, mahirap i-manage yung even if it's a renting business na parang you think you can just leave it pero hindi ganun kadali yun if you when you really practice it. Yeah, so punta naman tayo sa solution no that you're building at iBoard Living. So how do you in iBoard Living solve these two problems, yung sa renters and yung sa property owners? So can you share us your solution?
Okay, so ayun, when I contemplated kasi on those two problems, yung nakita ko is yung supply chain yung problema. So, there's a demand and there's a need. Tapos, nothing is linking them together na sustainable. At the same time, alam yung multifaceted siya na and can stand alone. So, I'm a mover kasi of automation, di ba? Kasi parang we want to automate things and we want to make things easier. So, nasabi ko na, dun kasi sa process na may isang missing link which is the sustainability na you can acquire clients, okay? You can have the clients, you can onboard them, pero there's no sustainability on keeping them. Ang tendency, lilipat ng ibang apartment kasi hindi sila satisfied sa service. So it's easy to have an existing customer or like to find a new customer, pero it's hard to keep existing customers. So doon ko naisip na, what if we include service maintenance as a support system na kahit malayo ang isang property owner, they can still support. Parang the whole environment has to support the renter, pero it is also providing us a stable income and a continuous business. So if you make a renter happy through your service, tapos meron ka rin yung mga support services, then you can make sure na sustainable, like continuous yung stay ng tenant sa'yo. And in that way, yung business mo is continuous. So, we created iBoard with that idea na it's just acquiring new customer will be easy and keeping existing customers will also be easier. So parang that's why we introduced the three platforms of iRent, iServe, and iManage. So that's how it worked.
Yeah, sige. Siguro pag-usapan natin isa-isa na bawat aspect ng iBoard Living. Pero it's really amazing no na parang it's an all-in-one property management app kasi nga kumbaga holistic approach kumbaga kasi I mean kung isang aspect lang ng business yung titignan, mahirapan kayo pero parang you make the manager, the management, yung parang nag-aasikaso ng real estate. The phone the app itself, the platform itself, no, iBoard Living itself. Yeah, so sige, let's talk about the three aspects, no. Maybe isa-isahin natin para for the renter first. Yeah. So, how can a renter benefit in iBoard Living? Like mas madali ba maghanap ng bahay or something? So, and also let's talk about the app na rin, no, that you just launched yung beta version last April. So, yeah, so how can a renter, I mean, what's the picture basically for a renter?
So, right now, yung focus namin is, kasi we cater B2B to C. Sa B2B, right now, what we are focusing is to find property owners who have existing clients or existing tenants, and they can also encourage their existing service providers or yung mga handyman. But basically for a renter, the app aims for us to be able to provide them a listing platform of verified properties. So yun yung commitment namin that whatever they see in actual, that's basically us who get those pictures at verified siya, totoo siya. Okay. So the basic information about the property will be there, and the picture of the environment surrounding the property will also be there. So proper pictures will be provided. So that's one thing. Once they also on board with the platform, with the property, so from the signing of contracts to booking the property to basically moving into the property, that's gonna be taken care of in a way that kaya nga connected siya dun sa services kasi if they need help in transferring from one place to another, that can be guided by movers on the service provider side. Tapos once they go through the the property, iBoard will also be there to help them with their monthly payment, monthly reminders, and if they have maintenance requirements, they can just lodge on the platform and request dun sa landlord. Or if hindi naman siya available dun sa service na landlord, that's where our platform also helps them go through the marketplace ng services so that they can have this. So the transparency of their monthly payments will also be there, as well as later on, what we're hoping is kung regular paying ka, you'll have this good record with the platform na even if you transfer to other landlords, meron ka ng profile that can be trusted.
Yeah. I'd like to comment because it's actually giving the renter more power somehow. First with the market, yung parang availability ng mga kapili, and verified yung mga pictures and yung mga, kumbaga yung laman ng bahay. Kasi somehow na minsan or dati na-exploit yung mga renters na parang from the province, they have to go, let's say, to a city para mag-aral nga. Tapos they trust na ito yung bahay na matitirahan nila. Pero pagpunta nila doon, wala, fail. So, wala silang choice, 'di ba? So at least with this they're given a choice. Plus yung convenience nga na pag may nasirang tubo or whatever, they can easily get those services. How about for the property owner naman? So let's go to that aspect of iBoard Living. So how does the app help them maybe?
Okay, bali property manage yung iManage. So it's a combination of a platform that helps property owners and property managers. So property owners can onboard their property managers. So, sabi kasi before, like, we are competing with property managers. It's not. We are actually giving a tool to the property managers. Kung wala kang, if you're a property owner, then you can become your own property manager. Yun yung aim namin. But if you're also a property manager, then you can maximize our platform to make your work efficient. So, as a property owner, of course, basic doon, you can advertise your properties, then you can also collect the monthly rents coming from them. You can have the contract signing. Then if, for example, there's a need to tour about the property, the platform allows you to have this online tour of the property. So, hindi mo na kailangan ng physical na pupunta talaga doon. So, for example, if you are on your place, tapos malayo, nasa probinsya yung mag-rent, then you can already sell your property, or like you can have it rented already. Kahit nasa probinsya pa yung tenant, by just having the actual tour of the place if you want to. Then at the same time, of course, the monthly reporting will also be there to give them an insight on how their business is paving. Kasi yun yung ano naman, di ba? As a business owner, you want to see how your business is performing. So those type of reports will also be there. And of course, more reports will be given to them in order to help them analyze kung ano pa ba yung mas magiging maganda to make their parang yung occupancy rate ng property nila will be better or will be higher. And of course, later on, if they want to improve something about their system, then they can have they can generate more income out of that.
Yeah, it's really interesting, no? Parang marketing aspect nga talaga siya. No? Na parang if I'm an OFW nga, parang bibili na ako ng bahay, tapos ipopost ko sa iBoard Living, and maybe I can get some money, I can earn some money for renting it out. And then lastly, no, ito yung pinaka-interesting for me, and I think it's like the most unique function ni iBoard Living, yung the support services, especially for the handymen. So parang, do you partner up with them or do you connect with them? So how does this work ba?
So, okay. Si iServe kasi, we call it iServe. This is for the this is a tools to empower the handyman and then service providers. So we hope to we open ourselves to freelancers kasi we are empowering na. Hopefully, kahit nga yung mga PWDs who have their skills will be able to offer services on the platform. But basically, for now, it's gonna be test the certified ng mga freelancers plus those who are in the formal business setup. So what we offer them is a marketplace and then a standalone system where the landlords can just easily connect with them, and the renters can just easily connect with them with their with any handyman services. So they can also advertise their services outside para dun sa mga hindi nasa platform, but still through the marketplace. So parang they're having 3 markets in that platform alone.
Yeah, exactly. Parang big marketplace nga talaga siya, connecting 3 players. Pero I like to think of it like parang siyang Uber or Grab, di ba? Parang nako-connect pa talaga yung mag-rent ng bahay, dun sa may-ari ng bahay, pati dun sa mga nag-o-offer ng services. Parang they can be freelance nga. Ang ganda na parang hindi nila kailangan talaga maging connected to a particular company. If they can offer their service, and they can provide it, and then maybe the renters or the property owners can rate them para mas makikita yung rating, and then those who can provide better service, maybe more people will try to avail of their services. Yeah, hearing all of this, no, Zaira, nakikita ko talaga I know kasi that you have an industrial engineering background. I can see kumbaga yung automation and yung linis ng processes. I know as I is very really keen on that, yung operations, yung procedures, yung kumbaga flow charting pa nga, yung input, output. And yung pag-connect nga ng mga, kumbaga yung pagkita ng system, yung pagtingin sa system as a big picture. So can we know naman yung backgrounds? Maybe you first, Zaira, since you're the lead founder. So can you just share your background? You've shared the stories of how iBoard Living really started. Pero can you share like the skills and maybe parang paano nabuo unti-unti yung team up to it is now?
So, we are not from the yun yung question that we are happy to share. None of us are actually from the real estate industry and even from the property management industry. So we are like basically consumers who, yung common ground namin, we were students before who rented out places and we have seen the pain. So yun yung common grounds namin. So ako, I'm an industrial engineer by profession, and I work with Jollibee, Hyundai, and one of the like the big corporations in the Philippines. Pero I also work kasi I work with the DSWD for projects on the Yolanda recovery, and then after that I moved to teaching sa university. That strengthens my belief on the product. So when I moved here, my exposure naman was more on the quality, international trade certification. And it also gave me the exposure for the international trade, the import-export. That's why I was trusted for a position as a CMO. This is another venture as a CMO ng isang oil and gas company dito to bring their products outside. So like overall, my expertise is on operations management, then Kaizen, and international trade and sales. So yun yung parang brief background about me. Um, the first co-founder we have, he's actually my mentored student from the university, Aldrin. So he's an IT graduate. So expertise niya is on design and then graphics. So that time kasi parang I was having a hard time to find people who will trust me with the idea. And he's the very first one who jumped in. And I was thankful for that trust. And when I told him like, are you willing to go full time? And without question, he said na yes. So parang doon pa lang I felt na I'm doing something big, that I was able to trust to have these people trust me. Tapos yun, na onboard ko na rin yung after that yung sister ko, she's a CPA na naka-base dito. So parang it's more of a friends it's a more of a friends startup na na nabuo namin. So I had my sister here na she joined me as the CFO, and then nag-join naman after that a friend of mine sa engineering from the same university joined me for the sales, si Joy. She's she's a reliable friend I got kasi we formed this foundation for cancer patients, and she's the one who helped me out pull off the whole activities. And so I saw like her potential na she can pull off a big part also of iBoard. And yun, so I asked her to join me, and she was happily joined us on the work. Then after that, in-onboard na namin yung advisor namin, si Sir Erwin. So when I pitched kasi for final pitch sa CNN, parang I was more on attending mga seminars, and I saw Sir Erwin, kapal kasi ng mukha, di ba? Yun yung So I approached him and asked him like, sir, I saw like your expertise is on this, on that time is more on business ideation, kung paano ba ma-refine yung product and all. So is it possible you can mentor us? I don't know what we will be asking, but he said just yes without asking anything in return. And I found out na he's one of the parang kanang kamay ni Sir Joel, which is one of the initially. So ayun, that's what happened. He boosted me to join the final pitch, and yun, dun kami nakabuild ng rapport to really have this this mentorship he has. Then after that, yun na, friend ng ate ko, napasok namin as the COO. Tapos yung CTO namin ngayon, he's already new, but I also got him from one incubation program with DOST sa ABSU kasi I am a DOST scholar, and there's a program na I was able to join, parang labot misay, yung parang lang, yung hindi ka officially member, so parang pinasok lang ako just to see the team. Tapos I saw our CTO, si Ken, he's managing his own company on IT solutions, and he accepted the offer of developing the product with a very small amount. So parang just for the trust of the idea na I'm in it to win it. So yun.
Yeah, so parang adventure yung pagbuo ng team and pagbuo ng startup actually itself. But you mentioned a university where you started. Which university is this?
ABSU, Eastern Visayas State University. So
yeah. So nag-start actually kayo sa Leyte, is that right? So I'm also curious about iBoard Living. Maybe first your experiences nyo. Parang do you think pare-parehas ba yung na-feel or na-experience nga ng mga renters and property owners, not just in Leyte but like in the whole Philippines? And parang what's your plan like for implementing iBoard Living? Do you start with Leyte and then do you go sa buong Pilipinas? Parang can you just share kumbaga yung relationship na pinagmulan nyo dun sa parang target or parang goals nyo moving forward?
So I thought first na parang we're just answering a problem in Region 8. Yun yung initial na parang nakita ko. But then when I went nga to, I also worked kasi in Manila, and it's actually the same story na na-encounter ng mga students tsaka nag-rent ng mga professionals. So when I was asked before then on that same question na, do you think it's just a unique problem that Region 8 is facing? I was able to validate na it's not. It's a common problem that everyone is facing also, wherever they are, as long as it's an urban area. It's the same problem that everyone is facing. So that in that way, I get the confidence na right now, we are just having this beta launch in Region 8 kasi dun mas kilala namin yung market. But our goal, our next expansion actually, ongoing na siya, is to launch it in CDO and then Visayas. So, as much as, pero this is the B2C kasi nga, di ba, we are on a B2B and B2C. The B2B itself is, can stand alone kasi siya, regardless of, mayroon kang, the B2B kasi is for those existing landlords, like landlords with existing properties and tenants.
Yeah.
So, hindi mo na kailangan ng marketplace. So, with that alone, if wherever you are across the Philippines, you can already use the product.
Yeah, yung management app, kumbaga, no?
Yung management app.
Okay.
The B2C na lang, which is the marketplace, we're just starting in Region 8, then very slowly expanding on parang the class 2 na mga cities in Mindanao, Visayas, tapos papunta ng Manila. Kasi why we're doing that, una kasi, basically, doon nangyari yung problema nga sa Region 8, pero parang we want first na ma-empower yung mga, we hope to empower yung mga nasa provinces talaga na hindi masyadong natatouch ng technology para they feel belonged naman. And kung as time goes by, we are opening it na dun sa mga technology-driven, which is Cebu and Manila talaga. Kasi more or less, marami na kasi ring players when it comes to listing. So we want to focus more on those areas na hindi pa masyadong naabot ng technology.
Yeah, it's true. Parang yung marketplace aspect, ang pinaka may kailangan yan, yung mga maybe yung mga may less access nga to technology. Pero yung management aspect naman, maybe doon nga sa mga kumbaga may ginagawa, nagre-rent out ka, pero kailangan lang ng para more convenience and more smoother, mas efficient kumbaga yung business nila. And then you have this tagline don't just rent a room, find a home. So I'm just curious na paano nagsimula itong tagline na ito ng iBoard Living.
Kasi parang hindi siya hindi ever since hindi po namin to binabago kasi yung belief kasi namin is normally sa atin whenever we go out to the city, we just go there for the purpose of renting. And we leave a big part kasi di ba once we leave our comfort zone, which is our cocoon, our house, we leave a big part of us on that. We go away, we leave our family. So once we go out to the city and rent, parang okay, uwi ka lang tapos maghahanap ka normally nung nasa Manila ako. Uwi lang ako ng bawat matutulog pero pag may time, pupunta ng bundok, mag-hiking and all, parang you don't feel like you are at home. So what we are hoping is whenever you rent, it's not just a house but it's a home that you are renting. So hindi yung like complete man fully accessorized house, pero the feeling of being at home has to be there even if you're just renting it temporarily. So para siyang temporary home that you are in a city.
Yeah, hopefully nga given technology parang ganito yung future na kasi it's true na hindi kumbaga ang Pilipinas ay isang archipelago, 'di ba? So it's impossible talaga na parang renting, moving to different places because of your work, it will be a must. Really. So, parang hopefully nga ma-leverage natin itong mga ganito technology to para ma-extend yung bahay or yung home natin or yung like yung feeling of a family, feeling of being at home. Not just to saan tayo ipinanganak, pero anywhere. Hopefully, that's also like what we see in iBoard Living. So, earlier this year, iBoard Living joined the IDEA Incubation Program by PhilDev and DTI. So, let's just continue the story moving forward. So, we're curious, why did you join the program and maybe parang how did it help you really? How did it benefit iBoard Living kumbaga?
Actually, when we started IDEA, wala kaming direction. I know na we have this we have a need pero hindi namin ma-figure out kung ano ba talaga yung parang hinahanap namin under the IDEA program. So, I just joined for the purpose of knowing the basics of startup. Yun yung ultimate goal ko lang talaga kasi I'm used to traditional businesses. Meron na ako mga maliliit na businesses din. Pero, so it's the traditional na you don't have to introduce an innovation. Mabilis lang magbenta ng pagkain kasi before, yun yung mga ko. Tapos, the startup itself, I know it's gonna be difficult. So, I joined IDEA for the purpose of just knowing like ano yung scenario or environment ng isang startup. But when we joined, it gave me more than what we have asked for. parang lahat ng technicalities na kailangan namin paghandaan. IDEA gave us that picture and of course the support. At first it was very challenging kasi ako lang mag-isa. Yung buong team kasi parang nabuo na siya totally nung this year na talaga.
Okay.
Oo. Yung last year, it's more of yung development pa lang. So, 3 lang talaga kami. So, yung buong team, ngayon siya nabuo. And it was just parang perfect timing lang na we are under the IDEA program. Kasi doon ko na-realize kung ano ba yung mga kulang ko na tao. Ano yung kulang ko na system.
True, yeah.
Sino yung kailangan ko talaga para dun sa role na yon. It was through IDEA program na na-realize ko yung mga bagay na yun. And thanks God, I was able to put it all through. And yun nga, nabuo na namin yung isang system ngayon.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, those are really also like our previous IDEA incubating guests have said, no? Yung pagbuo ng system and especially yung mga technicalities na kailangan when you build a startup. Kasi it's true na startups are really different with like traditional businesses kasi hindi lang yan sales, hindi lang yan marketing. You're introducing an innovation na maaaring kailangan mo pang i-introduce sa mga tao. I mean, it's really a different venture, kumbaga. And ang important dyan is yung, kumbaga, yung pag-build talaga. Kasi your startup will always be unique. Your startup will always be different to other startups, di ba? Kasi you have a different value proposition, you have a different parang customership or like market. Pero, yeah, it's really good, no, that this kind of programs help you to know parang ano ba talaga sa iBoard Living, what really are we doing, what really is the value we are contributing to society. I just like to ask lang about the demo day na kakatapos lang. How was it?
Yun, it was exciting kasi I was able to join pitches naman before, pero iba pa rin kasi talaga. Every pitch is always a unique, it's a unique experience. And good thing na lang din, hindi kami pinabayaan ni IDEA, ni PhilDev, kasi we have gone through different, parang may pitch jam kami na pinagdaanan. And parang to just let us see kung ano ba yung dapat pa dun sa pitch namin, ano yung dapat tanggalin, ano yung dapat i-continue. And it was very helpful kasi the networking was there. Tapos, alam mo, habang nagsasalita ka about your product, mas nare-reinforce ulit. Kasi parang, it's been few months din na nawala ako dun sa pitching nung pitching area. So, nung bumalik kami sa demo day, parang na-relieve ulit kung ano yung purpose ko about iBoard. Oo, ang sarap lang din sa feeling nun.
Okay, yeah. So, let's wrap up this conversation, no? So, speaking of that purpose nga, no? So, maybe for our final question, can you just know, parang ano ba talaga yung purpose or yung vision na nakikita nyo for iBoard Living into the far future? Like, you've mentioned plans like from Visayas to Mindanao to Luzon, pero parang ano ba talaga yung nakikita nyo in the future for iBoard Living?
For iBoard Living, today we are currently creating. We are on a challenge on a mission of creating a community, an empowered community with the ability to choose and their own to take control of their own lifestyle for the renters, and to empower also businesses that includes the property owners and service providers to be able to have a sustainable business and jumpstart back after the pandemic. But in the future, what we are hoping is to create a safer community, a more data-centric businesses where they'll have that ability to have a sustainable business because they have data on hand. So that's what iBoard is hoping. And of course, we want to create that trust for every part of the stakeholders na whoever transacts with iBoard, they have that level of confidence that they are dealing with verified people. They're dealing with people who has gone through background checks and all. So yun, the level of trust and confidence in doing business with iBoard is something that we want to make sure that will continue to grow in the future.
Yeah, it's really the trust and the peace of mind, kumbaga, no? It's really, for me, it's a very, very, very big value that you can provide to renters and to property owners. Pero napaka-IE, no, nung vision, no? I mean, everything really, parang you started operations nga putting it out automation, and then later on yung data, pagiging data-centric to further make the business robust, make everything more efficient. Yeah, so maraming salamat, Zaira, for this conversation. It's really wonderful knowing more about iBoard Living. So if our listeners want to know more about iBoard Living, maybe they want to download the app or maybe they want to know more. So how can they get more information?
Right now, we are on a web app pa, but they are mobile responsive. So you can go to www.iboardliving.com. So we're also available on Facebook and on LinkedIn. We have also our YouTube. So you can just message us on those websites and on those social media platforms if you want to know more about us.
Okay, maraming salamat, Zaira. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janya. I enjoyed the time.
Salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to our 20 patrons. This episode is super powered by NutriCoach, the all-in-one productivity tool for dietitians and nutritionists looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. Benjoy's Food Products, the home of premium bacon ends, tapa, and tocino. And 8chain, an 8-in-1 cryptocurrency project building one chain at a time, starting with max rep workout and earn. This episode is powered by ePlayment, Interleukin, and ROC.ph. Support us at www.patreon.com/startuppodcastph.